Pakistan using Turkish drones to target Indian civilians. Did supply begin after Pahalgam attack? The contrast in India and Pakistan's approach to the ongoing conflict is stark. While India has targeted terrorist camps across the border and retaliated to Pakistan's escalation by targeting their military bases, Islamabad has not been following the main code of warfare: keep the civilians out of it. Its ceasefire violations and shelling have targeted civilians in villages along the line of control, and its missiles and drones have targeted civilian areas in Jammu, Srinagar, Punjab, and Rajasthan. And now, it has been found using Turkish kamikaze suicide drones to strike civilians in Jammu and Kashmir. The debris of one such drone shot down by the Indian defense systems was recovered from a village in Naushera area of JK. A day earlier, Pakistan had used the Turkish drones in failed attempts to strike Indian military installations. In a shocking development, Indian government sources say Turkey might have supplied the drones to Pakistan 4 days after the Pahalgam terror attack on April 22. And Pakistan has so far launched between 300 and 400 Turkish drones across 36 locations from Leh to Sir Creek in failed attempts to target Indian military installations. Most drones were downed using kinetic and non-kinetic means, said Army Colonel Sophia Qureshi and IAF Wing Commander Vyamika Singh at a press briefing on Friday. Forensic examination of the drone debris is being undertaken. Preliminary reports suggest them to be a SIS Guard Songer drone of Turkey, Singh said. Colonel Qureshi and Wing Commander Singh added that Pakistan used its civilian airliners as a shield as it did not close its civil airspace during its attempts to attack Indian installations with drones and missiles on May 7, knowing fully well that the strikes would elicit a swift response from India. Nanan the Songer is a weaponized unmanned aerial vehicle developed by Turkish defense firm ASIS Guard. First unveiled at the International Defense Industry Fair IDEF in Istanbul in 2019, it became operational with the Turkish Armed Forces in 2020. It was reportedly the first national armed drone that was used by the Turkish Armed Forces. The drone is designed for tactical missions and is capable of carrying a range of weapons including a 5.5645 mm NATO standard machine gun, 40 mm grenade launcher, Doba degree Taxages Togan 81 mm mortar, and lightweight missile systems. The Songer has a reported operational range of up to 5 km and can function at altitudes of up to 3,000 meters above sea level. It features both autonomous and manual flight capabilities, and includes a return-to-home function triggered by signal loss or low battery. It also allows real-time video transmission and telemetry. Nanan Guard has confirmed exports of the Songer drone to countries in Africa and the Asia-Pacific region, including publicly acknowledged sales to Nigeria. The company has also stated that other contracts are in progress, but has not named all buyer countries. Pakistan has been a frequent buyer of Turkish military hardware, including naval vessels, armored vehicles, and surveillance systems. According to Indian government sources, it is suspected that these drones were supplied by Turkey to Pakistan when their C-130E Hercules plane landed in Karachi on April 28, 4 days after the Pahalgam terrorist attack. On April 30, a high-ranking Turkish military and intelligence delegation, headed by Lieutenant General Yasar Kadayoglu, reportedly visited the Pakistan Air Force headquarters in Islamabad and met the Pakistani Air Chief. Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar also spoke to each before and after Pakistan attacked India. Deputy Prime Minister Foreign Minister, Senator Mohammad Ishaq Dar M. Ishaq Dar 50, today spoke with the Foreign Minister of Ta-1 Turkey, Hakan Fidan. The DPMFM apprised him of the current situation in the region following last night's Indian aggression and Pakistan's pic. Twitter.com New York Akarfibi Ministry of Foreign Affairs Pakistan Foreign Office PK May 10, 2025 Nanan India and Turkey have enjoyed cordial and cooperative association in the recent past, with India launching Operation Dust during the Turkey earthquake in 2023, becoming the first country to come to Ankara's help. Along with NDRF and aid, India sent Garuda aerospace drones to help those trapped in the rubble, and the modified Kisan drones to carry medications and food. But India will now move to corner Turkey diplomatically, strategically, and globally, sources told News 18. Even before the involvement of Turkish drones came to light, the Turkey government, under President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, took a pro-Pakistan line on the Pahalgam terror attack, in which terrorists trained by Pakistan gunned down 26 Indian tourists and locals. Incidentally, Turkey's tourism industry depends in a big way on Indian tourists as the Indian market has emerged as a big growth one for Turkey. In 2023, nearly 2.75 lakh Indian tourists visited Turkey and the number rose by over 20 to 3.25 lakh in 2024. But that might change now with various online booking platforms announcing suspension of new travel offerings to Turkey. Nanan the trigger for the latest India-Pakistan war was the brutal attack on tourists in JK's Pahalgam on April 22. 2 weeks later, India launched Operation Sindoor, and destroyed terrorist camps across 9 locations in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Indian armed forces as well as the government categorically said that its missiles and drones targeted only terrorist camps across the border. But less than 24 hours later, Pakistan responded by targeting Indian military installations in Jammu, Pathankot, and Udhampur with drones and missiles, that were swiftly intercepted by Indian defense systems. It escalated to targeting civilians along the LOC as well as in JK and Punjab. Swipe left for next video. On the intervening night of Friday and Saturday, a Pakistani missile was reportedly intercepted in Haryana's Sirsa, 261 kilometers from the Delhi border. As per reports, the Fateh-i Surface missile, which has a range of around 400 kilometers, was intercepted in time. So while India targeted terror camps and military bases, but Pakistan is violating the key rule India upholds, keeping civilians out of the conflict. Latest blogs.